Welcome back, Swifties. All Too Well, the short film. Yesterday I checked out the lyric version. Link in the description to that reaction. Let's see what the short film's about. Pablo Neruda. I see that guy. Pablo Neruda. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. Yeah, that's the truth, I suppose. It's interesting, isn't it? You don't get to choose, I suppose, who you love or what you want, and I suppose that there's the reason for that must be that what you want is what you love, really, isn't it? Like I found I need to be creative because I love it, and if I'm not creative, being creative is how the soul breathes. I think Wim Hof said, probably some other people said as well. And if I'm not able to do that, to express myself in that way, then I just wither and die. Love is so short. I suppose he's referring to romantic love there, perhaps. So maybe love isn't always so short, is it? If you manage and are lucky enough to be in a long-term loving relationship. But yeah, I could probably talk about this quote and dive into that sort of stuff all day. But I was saying, Pablo Neruda, I see his quotes popping up in quite a few places. But let's get on into the video.
Are you for real?
What do you mean?
I don't know, I just feel like maybe I made you up.
I recognise this actress. Was she in Orphan Black, maybe? Nice shot.
I walked to the door with you. The air was cold, but something about it felt like home somehow. And I left my scarf there at your sister's house, and you've still got it in your drawer even now. And my wide-eyed gaze, we're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn.
The choice of the 4x3 is good, isn't it? It's nice. It's giving me old Cinecan, is that what they're called? Vibes, and it makes it quite intimate, doesn't it? And quite candid.
Leaves falling down like pieces into place, and I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone and that magic's not here no more, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. 'Cause there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red 'cause you were looking over at
when I reacted to the other version towards the end, I could hear the brass lines coming in, and I didn't notice them so early in the other version because they're there, sort of on the left hand side, but it just feels like a missed opportunity musically. That those lines could be much more prominent in the mix. Yeah.
Photo album on the counter. Your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little kid with glasses in a twin-sized bed. And your mother's telling stories about you on the t-ball team. You told me about your past, thinking your future was me. And you were tossing me the car keys, but the patriarchy, keychain on the ground. We were always skipping town, and I was thinking on the.
So this is some like passive aggressive behaviour he's putting towards her now. Then, did somebody say Taylor's directed this video or written this video? The story. Is it connected directly to the song and to the songwriting, or is it just something as an afterthought that kind of fits?
Drive down anytime now. He's gonna say it's love. You never called it what it was. Till we were dead and gone and buried. Check the pulse and come back swearing it's the same. After 3 months in the grave, and then you wondered where it went to as I reached for you, but all I felt was shame. And you held my lifeless frame.
Why are you so pissed off?
I'm not pissed off. Who said I was pissed off?
Because you're acting pissed off. It's ridiculous.
Well, I suppose she's pissed off because of his behaviour, right? But also, to say she's not pissed off, it's just a lie, isn't it? You know, isn't it interesting? Communication is key, isn't it, in any relationship, I suppose, and no matter how painful, I suppose, you need to communicate effectively, right, from the beginning, because if that communication begins to break down, things become just less true, right, and can you function effectively without living in the truth, you know? Because I guess there's two types of lies, isn't there? There's lies of omission and lies of, what's the opposite of that, like commission, is that what it's called? So if you don't tell the truth, if you're not honest, it's like a twist or a warp of reality, isn't it? And sooner or later, that's gonna snap back and bite you on the ass, isn't it, in one way or another? But also, I suppose we're scared to let go sometimes of the thing that is biting us. Is that fair to say? Has anybody seen the film Bronson, about Charlie Bronson? Not the actor, the Michael Peterson, the guy who was in prison. Anyway, Tom Hardy played him in a film, and he went to you went to meet him in prison, or I think various times in preparation for the character, because this guy has like spent like his whole life in prison basically for like stupid things, I think, as well, you know, and just getting his sentence extended. Of course, he's, you know, he's a lunatic, but Bronson had been calling Tom up from prison, and and just leaving messages on his answer phone because Tom weren't in. And then Tom said that he answered, you know, after like the 10th time or whatever, and Charlie Bronson's like, "Oh, I've got you." Anyway, and then they began to talk, and he says, "How you doing?" And Tom said, "Oh, actually, I've not been doing too well, you know. I split up with my girlfriend, and you know, this, that, the other." And then he said, Bronson said, "Do you remember the floods?" He's like, "What, the floods?" Like, "Yeah, do you remember the floods in Oxford?" Yeah, the floods. Do you remember that? You remember that young boy who he got his foot caught in a drain, and they tried to get him out, but they couldn't, and he drowned. He's like, yeah, I remember that." He goes, "Well, that wouldn't have happened to me, because I would have said, 'Cut it off.'" And he's like, "Oh, right, okay." He goes, "Basically, Tom, what I'm trying to say is, sometimes you've got to cut a little piece of yourself off, no matter how much it hurts, in order to grow." What a great, you know, a great piece of wisdom from an otherwise psychopath, as far as I can tell, you know. But the film's called Bronson, man. Check it out. You can check that interview out as well. I'll see if I can put a link in the description to the little short. Because Tom tells it better than I do, I'm sure.
He's my friend.
Let's go back to the start of this little bit. It's quite a long digression then, wasn't it?
Why are you so pissed off?
I'm not pissed off. Who said I was pissed off?
Because you're acting pissed off. It's ridiculous. These are my friends. They were super fucking nice to you, too.
No, I liked your friends. I never said I didn't like your friends.
Why
I
were
didn't
you
like the way that you acted around them.
You were being weird and quiet the entire time.
I was not being weird because you wouldn't
Yes,
look at me.
were. Oh, come on.
You asked me one thing.
Oh, okay. So she is communicating now after what I've just said at the beginning. It takes some courage, doesn't it, sometimes to... Okay, she's getting to it. And it's difficult, isn't it, to not let emotion override or carry you along when you're trying to explain how you're feeling.
These are my friends. They were super fucking nice to you, too.
No, I liked your friends. I never said I didn't like your friends.
Why
I
were
didn't
you
like the way that you acted around them.
You were being weird and quiet the entire time.
I was not being weird because you wouldn't
Yes,
look at me.
were. Oh, come on.
You asked me one thing the entire night.
Such bullshit. That's such bullshit.
You dropped my fucking hand. What am I supposed to do with that?
I didn't even fucking notice. What are you talking
I
about?
don't know
dropped your
any
hand.
of these people. They're all strangers. They're all older than me.
But like, what are you
I
talking?
feel so out of place. You're the only one
You're
that
making
makes me
this
feel
about
comfortable.
you.
You won't
I'm
even
like,
look at me.
I'm catching up with friends. You're literally saying I dropped your hand. Like, I don't even remember the moment that you're talking about. How can you be like attacking me about something I don't even like fucking know? I was doing it subconsciously. I was catching up with
Don't do
people.
it. You're making me feel fucking stupid.
Holy shit. I don't think I'm making you feel that way. I think you're making yourself feel that way. Literally a moment.
So that's a bit of gaslighting there, right? But regardless of all that, it's over for these two, right, man? The best thing they can do is go their separate ways.
That I don't even fucking remember that you're like fucking like holding me hostage over. It's insane. It's fucking crazy. These are people I haven't seen in like 10 years. And you just sit there the entire fucking time. It was fun. I actually had a fucking blast. Now this is the night. Now we're doing this. Awesome. So fucking awesome.
You just treated me differently.
What do you mean I treated you differently?
You didn't even look at me once.
What are you
didn't look at
talking
me.
about? I didn't
Oh,
look
no,
at you.
no,
I'm catching up with my friends.
Oh, trust me, they were enthralled by you. Of course, of course.
I'm so you're
No,
literally
were
making the
perfect
entire night
type.
about
You didn't
you.
even look at me.
Holy shit, I can't. It's fucking selfish. It's literally like It's so crazy.
Oh,
You're
so I'm
making it about...
selfish now. I'm
Yes,
selfish
you're making
now.
it about... You're acting I'm saying you're acting selfish. Absolutely. Right now, that's exactly what's happening. Don't fucking look at me like that. That's so fucked up. Hey, 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 hey. Come on, come on, come on. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I dropped your hand. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, 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 come on. Sorry.
And I know it's long gone and there was nothing else I could do. And I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed to. Still we are again in the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there, I remember it all too well. And there we are again when nobody had to know. You kept me like a secret, but I kept you like an oath. Sacred prayer, and we'd swear to remember it all too well.
So I mean, apart from like, is this? What is this? What is this saying to you guys, man? Like, I mean, I'm not sure I believe their chemistry from the beginning. The rest of the time, to be honest, but what makes for a good relationship or a good partner or a healthy relationship? Because going away together, dancing in the kitchen, hugging and kissing, as fun as some of that stuff may be, it's not the basis for our relationship, is it? So, are we going to see, you know, the things they've got in common? I mean, okay, I'm going to play on. Maybe there's another pause, another scene.
Well, maybe we got lost in translation. Maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this.
Maybe it was lost in translation. Maybe you asked for too much. I don't think it was. I don't think it was. I think you were just, you know, maybe... What's she doing? Is she looking to the other person to complete her or make her feel better? I think you're better off without him, love. And he's probably better off without you.
Thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Running scared, I was there, I remember it all too well.
I guess the trick is, isn't it, to because we don't see the world as it is. We don't see things as they are. We see it as we are through the lens of our experience, I suppose, and our personality, which is largely just a collection of memories, isn't it? That makes, or is it? Anyway, I've been guilty, I suppose, in the past of you know, not seeing the wood for the trees, if you know what I mean. Gosh, still 6 minutes left.
Hey,
Okay, yeah. So she's caught. Yeah. So that's like they keep splitting up, but they never quite let it go, or he keeps calling her, keeps hanging on. Yeah, interesting. You got to be strong enough, I suppose, sometimes just to let go.
Crumpled up piece of paper lying here. Yes, I remember it. Oh, oh, oh. They say all's well that ends well, but I'm in a new hell every time you double cross my mind. You said if we had been closer in age, maybe it would have been fine. And that made me want to die. The idea you had of me, who was she? I never needy, ever loved me, jewel. Whose shine reflects on you. Not we've been in a party bathroom, some actress asking me what happened. You, that's what happened. You who charmed my dad with self-effacing jokes. Sipping coffee like you're on a late night show. But then he watched me watch the front door all night, willing you to come. And he said it's supposed to be fun, turning 21.
Jesus, just 21. So no age at all, you know. I thought she was older than that.
Time won't fly, it's like I'm paralyzed by it. I'd like to be my old self again, but I'm still trying to find it after.
Be your old self again, still trying to find it. I think that's the only way you can weather any storm. Really, is you need to build a robust. You need to be robust in your spirit and in your character, and I know everyone's different, you know, and everyone has different struggles and things, don't they? But I mean, for example, years ago, my sister split up with a long-term boyfriend and that, you know, and she was, I think they've been together, I don't know, since they were like 15, 16 until, I don't know, early 20s or something. And then, you know, she found it tough, you know, but I guess around that age, you know, you feel you're older than what you actually are, you know, and that time's running out when it's not really. But I kind of just says to her that you just need to work on yourself, you know. What things interest you, what things light you up, what things make you feel alive. And I think if you focus on those things and engage in those things, then eventually the right person for you is going to appear. And I guess that's not always without complications and things, is it? But it's the best you can do, you know, because then you're not reliant on somebody else. It's complex, isn't it, you know? Not like I've got all the answers. I certainly haven't. But it's interesting. It's an interesting subject to think about, isn't it? Because that's what life is, isn't it? Is relationships, or a series of relationships, or a collection of relationships. But also the relationship that you have with yourself. That's probably the most important, isn't it? And I guess we say selfish, or we think of being selfish as like a bad thing, but is it really? I suppose at a certain point, an extreme of it probably is, but you need to have self-love and self-care and stuff, isn't it? You know, you need to learn to love yourself which I suppose is something I haven't really struggled with mentally. Perhaps some of my behaviours towards myself would suggest otherwise.
Plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own. Now you mail back my things and I walk home alone. But you keep my old scarf from that very first week, 'cause it reminds you of innocence and it smells like me. You can't get rid of it, 'cause you remember it all too well. 'Cause there we are again when I loved you so. Back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. Wind in my hair, you were there, you remember it all. Down the stairs, you were there, you remember it all. It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well. And I was never good at telling jokes, but the punchline goes, I'll get older, but your lovers stay my age. From when your Brooklyn broke my skin and bones, I'm a soldier who's returning half her weight. And did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Just between us, did the love affair maim you too? 'Cause in this city's barren cold, I still remember the first fall of snow and how it glistened as it fell. I remember it all too well. Just between us, did the love affair maim you all too well? Just between us, do you remember it all too well? Just between us, I remember it all too
Right, so okay. So that's a was a younger her. So what's the message in this song, would you say, or in this video? Yeah, so what's the message, guys? I'm still not a fan of this song, to be honest. I think the mix is poor. I think there's missed opportunities sonically. It was monotonous, and I just didn't really find it interesting. I think lyrically, the story, melodically, it just didn't speak to me, I suppose. But I still enjoyed, you know, the subject matter of the video, and to think about your relationships. So is this song and this popular? So is this song and this video so popular because because it's something a lot of you guys can relate to, as something that occurs or has occurred in your own life. And what's that message at the end? That well, she's got a book out, she's become a publisher, and he's just sort of there, like what, regretting having let her go or something, because why would he do that? I guess is that because he's not being fulfilled? It's a funny concept, isn't it? Like, I guess regret and revenge, or wanting to prove people wrong. That's a fuel I think I ran on for a while. Was like, I'm going to show you, you bastard. You know what I mean. But not so much anymore. I just well, not at all anymore. The only person that I guess I need to. It's all internal for me now, I guess, maybe. I don't have to prove anything to anybody apart from myself. But her, she's certainly better off. I'm glad, because that could have gone differently, I suppose, couldn't it? Maybe that's a story some people can relate to as well, is that they never let go of that relationship, or it never fades out or fades away, and they end up in a miserable, an abusive situation that they're trapped in, And I suppose if you get married or if you have kids, that just compounds the entanglement, doesn't it? And you can't. It becomes less and less easy, or more and more difficult to escape, So she dodged a bullet there for sure, right? Interesting, guys. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this Taylor Swift adventure. Lots more coming soon. Some more of the Long Pond, and I'll check out some of the live stuff, some of the stuff from the other albums. Have a great week. I'll see you later.